Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. My name's AA Anthony Alford. It's great to have you with us here on the program. You hear that noise? That means we're on the air. That was a Facebook notification. The computer. Like and subscribe. When I hear that, I mean somebody like and subscribe at Inside Edge Net across all of our socials, including Facebook, Twitter, or X, Instagram, Reddit, Twitch. We're all over the place. TikTok, especially. Follow the page there. And we have the website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. You get all of our great information about the partners, which you can also get at the QR code with the partners. Ton of things going on. We got a merchandise shop and more. Folks, before we get into the sports, and we have a ton to get through, actually, because of the craziness of the finals yesterday, a lot of yesterday's rundown has been pushed over to today. So we're going to actually react to Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. They both talked with the media yesterday. We did not get an opportunity to react to their comments, so we'll talk about that. Also, we got our Around the Dial segment coming up where we get local perspective of major events. Obviously, today we're focusing on the NBA Finals. And I do want to mention, when we get to that topic, I love the New York story, even though I hate our role in it because we started it with the Cavaliers. As I mentioned yesterday, we are as big of a reason why the Knicks are about to win the NBA title is because of us. But as much as I'm enjoying their story, day in and day out, their fans are making it harder for me to root for them. We'll talk about that later on in the show. Emmett Golden talked with our own Eli Moon. We got one more clip that I want to play later in the show. And then in a couple minutes, we're going to do, because I'm a terrible baseball fan. Like, I'm a terrible baseball fan. I can't describe it. I'm a terrible baseball fan. So we're going to do a This Week in Baseball, because you know how this works here in media. Sometimes we only bring you up when you're no longer in first place. The Chicago White Sox are in first place. More on that in just a couple minutes. Let me show you guys something real quick. Stand by for like 2 seconds. Eli, put the technical difficulty slide up. But stand by, because I have to show you guys this. I got to show you why I skipped dinner tonight. Sometimes cocaine is a hell of a drug. These cookies are fantastic. They're good. They're not a sponsor. I'm not going to name the name of the company or anything like that, but these are some good cookies. But here's the problem. Ugh, man, it smells good too. You ever know how The Rock got the whole, like, do you smell what The Rock is cooked? Okay, it was from something else. But and if you think it was from smelling salts, forget about it. Listen, I had a phenomenal workout earlier today. But the last couple of days, my body has been, I feel like I've been run down. My body, and it's nothing in terms of anything to like complain about. You still get the job done. You still do the things that you need to do, all those things. But sometimes after some long days and long weeks, you're going through some stuff. Sometimes you just want a good ass cookie, or in my case, cookies. Ain't no singular. This is plural. And thank you. You see, here's the problem. These things are good. I had ground beef ready to be cooked tonight. I was gonna fire up some spaghetti. The AA special with spaghetti, right? You know what goes in it. Taco seasoning. Taco seasoning. You know that goes in it. I came back. I was dead tired. I had to do some grocery shopping, and I was dead tired. All I ate was cookies. I had kettle chips. All I ate was junk food, just snacks. And I'm going to be honest, and this is actually not a bit. I'm not actually joking about this. I actually feel really bad. Like, the preparation for this show tonight, just how I felt after, I didn't feel good at all. To be perfectly honest. Now, I'm not saying I'm one of those who eats healthy 24/7, 365 days a year. I do not. I wish I did. The one good thing, I drink a lot of water every single day, but I do mix it up with coffee. But it's the coffee-water mix. Water-coffee. I have essentially cut out alcohol. Like, I'm not one of those, like, if you offer a drink, I'm not gonna turn it down. But I have essentially all of this calendar year, turned down, or I've not had alcohol in this house. I don't go out of my way to consume alcohol, and a lot of that is just because, for two reasons, or actually three reasons. Number one, costs money. Number two, and most importantly, if I see no benefit in drinking alone. I just don't. There's no, what are you gonna do? Get turned up? I remember I got turned. Now, I will admit, late last year, I did get turned up here at home by myself. I had some cheap wine I had to burn off. That's been here for a while. It was out of, how cheap it, how bad it was. It was out of a can. My word of advice: never drink wine out of a can. It is terrible. It's garbage. It's awful. But I had it. It was some kind of a strawberry margarita, whatever. But it was terrible. And it was one of those where you got drunk pretty quickly. And I'm here by myself. I walked off. I walked outside. I did not grab my keys to get in the car. I walked the parking lot. I came back in. I watched Nickelodeon game shows. And then I walked back outside, and then I cut a promo that did not air for this show, but that was the idea of the promo for this show, came from that cheap canned wine. But no, I cut out alcohol. I cut out a ton of things, and I've been grinding with the, with this network, with the day job, with working out, getting better and things like that. And tonight I had a slip up. And I'm going to own it and take accountability. I had a slip up. I could have easily been disciplined, come back. All you had to do was shower, boil some freaking water, put the noodles in, get the other pan, cook the ground beef. You got spaghetti done in 15 minutes. Done. Instead, I took the easy way out and ate this and ate a half a pack of cookies. And I'll be honest, I feel very bad about it now. I mean, it tasted really good when I had it. But that's the truth. And I bring that up too because I do want to continue to spread awareness that the month of June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And, I just bring that up just because there are days where you're just not feeling it. You go balls to the wall, you're doing certain things and you're getting after it. You're getting after it so much. And then you become human, you have to reset. I've mentioned before with this show, and this is not a complaint. I very much enjoy. I love being a night owl now. I love being up at this time of night. I enjoy. This life is pretty good. Pretty good. Could it be better? Sure. But I enjoy everything about this so far right now. I obviously I love my family. I love my friends. I love my team. I love everyone, and I pray for everyone each and every single day. But there are days, there are moments, there are nights where, you just slip up. And then, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Am I going to be a slob tomorrow, or do I wake up and start fresh? So it's okay to admit that you effed up, so I had to get that off my chest. Just, after I consumed all that junk food, I felt terrible. Absolutely terrible. You know who else feels terrible? The Cleveland Guardians. What the hell is going on with the Cleveland Guardians? I did not know. That one joke by Tom Hamilton about Jazz Chisholm appearing on the Tonight Show, all of a sudden, the Yankees are coming after us like nobody's business. We get swept by the Yankees? I can't even talk trash to Kyle. The whole point of what I do in media is to talk trash to Kyle Cornell, and I can't even do that. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Okay? And now I look at the standings, and the Chicago White Sox are at the top of the standings. Are you kidding me? That's all I got for you. It's middle of June. That's baseball. Okay, get better, recover. Oh, I do have one other Guardians thing. Do you see who's starting? We have the Tigers this weekend, correct? I think we do. You see who's starting on Saturday? Some guy named Scooble is coming. We're in trouble. Come on. He couldn't wait till Tuesday? Monday? You got to go out there on Saturday against us? Detroit, your season is done. We talked about this. Scooble wants to play here. Scooble loves Cleveland sports. Have you heard Scooble talk about Cleveland sports? He appreciates and loves Cleveland sports. Scooble wants to play here. I know it's a pipe dream, but come on. I can speak something into existence. Damn it, I ate a whole packet of cookies. I feel like I can speak something into existence. Work out some trades. I saw something where, Jaylen Brown is going to the Milwaukee Bucks. If LeBron can go to the Golden State Warriors, then Scooble could come here. 2-1. Oh my God. Almost gave out the radio station phone number. Sorry. Wow. That's a clutch. Wow. We're going to take a commercial break. I can't believe I haven't done that in months. Wow. I haven't done that in months. All right. I do want to mention one quick thing. We typically do not talk about death in this time slot just because, it's heavy. It's one thing I don't want to, at this time slot, I don't want to bring up. But the longtime television voice of the Cleveland Indians, John Sanders, passed away earlier, either earlier today or overnight. And and I bring him up in particular just because for me growing up, at the age of 34, he was the first from. I didn't listen to that many radio games. I don't have the rich history of listening to baseball on the radio, not until I was a little older. But all those games, I know he was on, Fox Sports Ohio or Sports Channel Ohio. We got the very telling of Sports Channel Ohio. We have Fox Sports Ohio. But the very first voice that I knew with the Cleveland Indians was John Sanders. And John Sanders was the television voice of all those magical Cleveland Indians teams in the 1990s. I especially got to listen to his voice every single night in the early to mid 2000s. And, he wasn't looking for the epic call, like the play-by-play man has to have great calls and things like that. Sometimes with baseball, sometimes it's sports, but especially baseball, which is nightly appointment television, you need a steady voice, a steady hand. Rick Manning has been that for us for generations now. Rick Manning, and again, here in Cleveland, and this is the one thing I will put the city of Cleveland up against anybody. We have been blessed here in the area to have phenomenal play-by-play voices across all three sports, the Browns, Cavaliers, and Guardians / Indians. We have been blessed. Mike Hegan was one of my favorites growing up. And Mike Hegan did both. He did both color and play-by-play. He did radio and TV, color and play-by-play. I mean, Mike Hegan was phenomenal. And, for years now we've had, Matt Underwood, Rick Manning, my guy Andre Knott, been doing the games for years now. And we always talk about the radio side with Hammy and listen, Jim Rosenhaus is no slouch either. Listen to some of these other radio play-by-players across baseball, and a lot of these markets, you would take Jim Rosenhaus over what they got. But John Sanders, my first voice of Cleveland Indians baseball growing up, he passed away today at the age of 83. He was one of the TV voices of Cleveland baseball from 1991 through 2006. And yeah, definitely he will be missed. It feels like a part, when the announcers pass away, it does feel like, especially your local ones, even if they haven't had the job in 20 years, it feels like a part of your childhood goes away. It's taken away. I know it hit differently when Fred McLeod passed, but those voices that you hear each and every single night, there's a responsibility that, on a much smaller scale we take on. But yeah, on a bigger scale, John Sanders and all those, they take. So I wanted to take at least a couple minutes to talk about that. Again, normally we don't talk about death here on this program, just because it's the last thing I want people to think about at this time of night. But John Sanders is worth mentioning, definitely, the impact that he's had. All right, we got a lot more of Midnight Run when we come back. We got a ton of Browns news to react to. Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders, they both talked with the media yesterday. We'll react to what they both had to say. A lot to unpack when we come back here on Midnight Run.
Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Awesome show today. One of the greatest comeback wins in NBA history. The name off over the Spurs. You get our our reaction from that, as well as some music talk. So we shouted out a guy who normally doesn't get shouted out, narrator. So don't miss it. And make sure you tune in for tomorrow. We'll have updates for the World Cup. We got Mexico versus South Africa and Korea Republic versus Czechia at 10. So we'll have all that and more for you tomorrow on Inside Edge Network.
Awesome, unfiltered. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Awesome Unfiltered today, guys. Talked about a lot with the one and only Jake Underwood. Everything from the Iran situation to Elyria schools and the paid to participate. Make sure you guys check that out. Hey, tomorrow we are going to get into a lot, including a big-time professional golfer getting kicked out of a club. And it is time, the Unfiltered meme of the week. To wrap up your weekend, we're going to have the results, the top 3 from you, the fans, and from the personalities here at Inside Edge Network. All that and more coming up, Unfiltered, with Kyle Cornell here on your Friday, 5 p.m. all along the Inside Edge Network. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
Welcome back to Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. My name's Anthony Alford. Great to have you with us. We got a ton of clips to get to, so let's not waste any time. Yesterday was the first off, I believe today was the last day of Browns minicamp. And here's a note, because Eli Moon, either Eli or Kyle, brought this up a few weeks ago. This is technically one of the longest summers of the year. Idiot. Ever. Longest summer of the year. Get some more cookies. So because of that, because of the early Memorial Day and the late Labor Day, it's like the latest Monday possible. Training camp's going to actually start. There isn't an official date for training camp, but Daryl Ryder of 92.3 The Fan, he tweeted that the target date, if he had to guess, would be around July 29th. So that's a pretty decent amount of time between mini camp was just wrapped up, and then you're going to have to go a month and a half before you get to Browns training camp. So it's very important to hear what these guys had to say. At least this year we will have filler. We have the World Cup, and I'm actually excited to announce that tomorrow will actually be a one-stream night here on the Inside Edge Network. Of course, we start at 10 o'clock with Inside Edge Primetime with Eli and Chad. And after their show, we're not going anywhere because at 11 o'clock, myself and Eli will be on the air. We'll be joined by the one person on our staff who knows soccer inside and out, and that's our Omar. Wow. Omar. Wow. Boy, I told everybody out of all the shows today, it's going to be one of them. Omar, our host of the Inside Edge Morning Show. He is our go-to soccer expert. We will be reacting to Team USA's first matchup right here on the Inside Edge Network. That comes your way at 11. And then a special early start time for Midnight Run. We'll be on the air. We're scheduled to be on the air at 11:30. It might be a little bit after 11:30, but we'll be on at 11:30. And again, it'll be all three of us, myself, Omar, and Eli, because we did not get a chance to do it this past week or Wednesday, but we're going to do Midnight Conversations. And this week's edition of Midnight Conversations will be all dedicated to time travel. This is one of my passion topics to dive into time travel. And I think the fact that we're doing it on a Friday night is actually perfect for that. So all of that and more comes your way tomorrow on the Inside Edge Network. This first clip is pretty quick. I believe it's only 7 seconds. I'll just ask the question and then we'll play the audio. Deshaun Watson, did he ever doubt that he would earn the opportunity to win the Browns' starting job?
No, and that's just from internal conversations.
Now, did you hear that last part? Did you hear the last answer? The audio might have been a little bit low. Pay attention again. Pay attention to the entire response. Again, Deshaun Watson, did he ever doubt that he would earn the opportunity to earn the QB1 job for the Browns?
No, and that's just from internal conversations.
Okay, so based on internal conversations, we're not rocket scientists. Where do you think those internal conversations came from? Why do you think that there's a strong likelihood that unless Shedeur Sanders blows the competition out of the water, Deshaun's your week one starter? Of course, that's the Haslams. That's Jimmy Haslam. That's maybe to an extent Andrew Berry, maybe, just because he's still here. You know, Kevin Stefanski's obviously not here. And Todd Monken, I made this point about Todd Monken. I made this point, and I'm not saying that Todd Monken is not a bad candidate, not a bad coach. I like everything I'm hearing from Todd Monken. You know, Todd Monken is winning June media. He's winning the media in June. But listen, it's obvious the contract. It's obvious. And the Haslams want to pay that off. They want to see their return on investment. Even if it means letting the real best quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, slip on by. They want to see their return on investment. If you buy that big Tesla all those years ago, you're going to find a way to see it through. That whole line based on internal conversations. And here's the other thing. Now, this is the part that pisses me off. Because if I know based on internal conversations, I would get an opportunity to start again, why the hell would I work my behind off? Why would I go out of my way to slam the door? Why is this still a QB competition then? This should be an open and shut case then. If Deshaun Watson is really that dude, this should be an open and shut case. If he was really that dude, maybe that report from Mary Kay would have been accurate, like fully accurate from that outlook at that time. I thought Deshaun Watson was going to lock down this job by June 12th. I have a better chance of finishing off those cookies than Deshaun Watson getting named the starter before tomorrow. That's not really a statement I'm proud of, but you get my gist. That safe haven that the Browns ownership and front office has given Deshaun Watson, again, I have to question why we haven't been able to find our franchise quarterback over the last 30 years. I have to look at little things. More on that coming up in a second. But that's part of it. Based on internal conversations. Oh, the job is always there. It's always there for him. I can't blame Deshaun. And I could blame Deshaun for the lack of execution. There's a lot of blame to go with Deshaun, but the enabling, this team, this franchise is enabling sucking. They're enabling it. You're telling this guy who hasn't given you much of anything over the last 5 years, over really any point of his contract, that he'll earn an opportunity. You're enabling sucking. You're enabling losing habits. So that's a problem. So when the fans speak up on it and, the fans go out of their way and say, boo this man. I know that's harsh, but the fans show their displeasure, which the fans have for the last 4 years. Can you believe it? This is year 5 of Deshaun Watson. This is year freaking 5 of Deshaun Watson. Year 5. Deshaun. Oh, real quick. All these clips from the Browns is courtesy of Ashley Holder of Cleveland 19. So I want to give a shout out to Ashley Holder of Channel 19. Speaking of which, from Ashley, here's Deshaun Watson on how he is handling fan criticism.
At the end of the day, I can't control what, people support. I think that's their own opinions. I think that all I can do is just put out the best person I am, showcase who I am as a person, as a player, as a teammate, and what I represent as an individual. So outside of that, I can't focus on, what the outside is saying or what they, I have no control over that other than just putting out the best, product that I can put out as a person and as a player.
And I will admit, and we got to be fair because, again, one of our pillars here at the Inside Edge Network is mental health. And we do got to be fair even with Deshaun Watson. I mean, from a fan standpoint, yes, he is going through a lot. What I did like hearing from Deshaun, and I'll tie this in on a personal note. What I do like, it seems like, and who knows, but it seems like, now that he's married, or I think he's married now, either married or engaged. I think he's married. But now that he's married, now that pretty much, his perspective on life seems different. He has a good support system, a stronger support system where he can handle the harsh criticisms a little bit more or a little bit better. I'm not saying it's perfect, not even close. And what he's been hit with, I mean, it's been rough. It's definitely been rough. But it comes with the territory of being a professional athlete and getting paid the richest contract when it was signed in NFL history. And obviously, he has come nowhere near close to fulfilling that contract. So that response, I have no issue with that response. That's how you should handle it. I can't worry about the fans. I got to go in, handle my business, and then I got to show and prove what I could do between the lines on football Sundays and also practice between those lines. So I like that answer from Deshaun Watson. Okay, to Shedeur Sanders. I did not like this answer from Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders on competing with Deshaun Watson for the starting QB job.
See, I think the way how y'all look at things is different than how we look at things. We look at coming to practice every day, being the best player we can be as an individual and as a good teammate. y'all look at it as like a competition. It's like that's not really nothing I'm just focused on. I'm focused on developing as a player, like doing everything, getting as comfortable as I can in the offense and the scheme, and playing with that confidence I had. So I think that's all I'm really looking for and trying to improve every day, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Like, I'm just trying to be a better person every day. And wherever that falls into place, it'll fall into place.
Again, courtesy of Ashley Holder of Cleveland 19 News. I hate that answer. I absolutely, wholeheartedly hate that answer. I hate it. Listen, I understand and I get it, and I'm with it in terms of we're here to build each other up, build a team, build a brotherhood, where teammates go in, and do work. And we do, right? Even here at the network, we do. Don't think I don't go into these shows with the goal of having the best show on the network that day, or having the best show, period, across the board. Come on now. And I expect my, the men and women on this network to approach their shows each and every single day with the idea of having the best show on the network that day. Absolutely. That doesn't mean I don't have love for anybody else, but the fans have a right to be upset because you're trying to figure out who's the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, a job that hasn't been fulfilled for 30 years. That response bothers the heck out of me because it makes it appear as if competition is a bad thing. That competition is evil. That competition is the worst thing in the world. I don't understand what world have we come across where it's bad to have competition, where it's bad to tell somebody that you're better than them. I mean, within reason, of course, definitely. You're not going to go up to Deshaun Watson, himself and say, like, hey, I'm better. But to have that mentality, like, I don't know. There has to be a part of you that looks at this and say, man, I kind of want that bread. I kind of want that contract. I want this. I want this for the city. I mean, what happened? What happened to the word competition? Why do we all have to be so effing nice? I get it. Respect is one thing. There's a difference. Respect and teamwork. I understand that, and I fully support that, even, obviously here at the network and period. But what happened to competition? Why do we look at competition as some evil? Like it's a bad thing that we look at it as competition. It is competition. Don't you want to be on the field? Don't you want to be in the starting lineup? If you don't, what are you doing? Aren't you the same guy that lost the starting job to Dylan Gabriel? I'm sorry. That should not be your response. The first 10 seconds of that response was ill-advised. Aren't you the same guy who was a top 5 prospective draft pick and you fell all the way to the 5th round? Where's that guy? That guy should be saying, F all of this. I'm coming for everybody who did me wrong. The guy that I heard there at that clip, that guy can't win. That attitude, you can't win. And I'm a Shedeur Sanders guy, but that attitude ain't it. If I had that kind of attitude running this network, we would go nowhere. We would go nowhere. We would, do our little thing, do our little YouTube show, and move on with our day. No. Competition, respect. You have to have respect. But competition is not an evil adjective or verb, whatever. It's not. What are we doing? I don't know. I don't get it. That's why I hate to bring it back to this topic. That's why Donovan Mitchell's response to everything pisses me off. That's why, the whole we're going to run it back. We're going to do things. We're going to handle things and be comfortable. That crap pisses me off. I compete in the freaking gym. Everything I do, I compete. Everything, I compete. I'm not saying I'm the best, but damn it, in my mind, I think I am. And I have a full team of people who believe they're the best. And I want that. I want winners. Across the board, I want winners. I don't want people on this team who's scared of competition. Who doesn't embrace competition. Play that clip again for me, Eli. Thanks.
See, I think the way how y'all look at things is different than how we look at things. We look at coming to practice every day being the best player we can be as an individual and as a good teammate. Y'all look at it as like a competition. It's like that's not really nothing I'm just focused on. I'm focused on developing as a player, like doing everything, getting as comfortable as I can in the offense and the scheme and playing with that confidence I had. So I think that's all I'm really looking for and trying to improve every day, whether
Eli,
it's mentally.
Go ahead, cut this off. Go ahead. So in week 1, when you face Jacksonville, what's your assignment in week 1? What's your number one job in week 1? To win the football game, right? To win the game. Okay, you improved, you development and things like that. But if you lost, are we supposed to come on these airwaves and say, man, it's too bad. The Cleveland Browns lost to Jacksonville 30-3. But hey, they improved as a team. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I save this comment from Omar. Let's set this up when we come back, because that is interesting. There is the other side of the spectrum too. The Minnesota situation is a mess. There is another side of the spectrum there as well. So I get all that, but we gotta. Don't say the first part. Oh shoot! Now I'm yelling. Don't say the first part. You can say you can say, hey, I'm trying to be the best teammate I can be. The whole, we're looking at this as competition. No, of course. We don't have a quarterback in 30 freaking years. Take a break. Back after this.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick. With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh. I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
I want to remind you guys that just because it is summer, you don't want to leave out your candles and orders from AlleyRoseFragrances.com. And again, if you're a first-time customer, you can use the promo code InsideEdge20. And listen, the candles that Alley Rose Fragrances, my friend Allison, that she has, is just incredible. And I know it's summer, and you might be like, oh, man, let's get a little heated. Guess what? I mean, you probably got to take 2 showers a day because of how hot it is now. You want a good smelling home. You want a good smelling home. Every man, woman, and whatever needs a good smelling home. She has a brand new collection of summer candles, but you can also get your favorites as well. The autumn day candles, the lemon bar candles. And the good thing about these candles, they last. You get that even balance, unlike the competition where you just the candle just goes right down and it's gone in like a day or two. These candles last. Again, AlleyRoseFragrances.com, AlleyRoseFragrances.com. Use the promo code InsideEdge20 for first-time customers. And listen, if you got, if you have a birthday coming up, you have other big days, no matter what, get the hookup with AlleyRoseFragrances.com. All right. I'm going to spend one more minute on what we were just talking about before, because I do want to bring up, and I'll bring up Omar's comment here in 2 seconds. If you're just joining us, I had to catch myself. I have neighbors, but I'm still pissed about what Shedeur Sanders, I can't believe it. I'm not even hot over a lot of the things that Deshaun Watson said. It's what because I expect greatness from Shedeur Sanders. I think Shedeur Sanders is that dude. I think ability-wise, I want him to be successful, and I know he can be successful, but we got to eliminate this whole competition is a bad thing attitude here. Here's the response again, courtesy of Ashley Holder of Cleveland 19. Shedeur Sanders on competing with Deshaun Watson for the Browns starting quarterback job. Take a look.
See, I think the way how y'all look at things is different than how we look at things. We look at coming to practice every day being the best player we can be as an individual and as a good teammate. Y'all look at it as like a competition. It's like that's not really nothing I'm just focused on. I'm focused on developing as a player, like doing everything, getting as comfortable as I can in the offense and the scheme and playing with that confidence I had. So I think that's all I'm really looking for and trying to improve every day, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Like, I'm just trying to be a better person every day. And wherever that falls into place, it'll fall into place.
So, again, most of the answer is not bad, but it's the first 10 seconds of the, you guys look at this as a QB competition, as a competition, like it's a bad thing. Absolutely it's a competition. So I just need Shedeur to level up. That's what I'm looking for. Like, it's okay. I understand supporting your teammates. I fully understand supporting your teammates, and going about your business and handling business. I get all that, but don't come at us acting like competition is a bad thing. That's now Omar does bring up a good point. Let's put that back on the screen if we can. Omar, who you could watch. And Omar actually had a great point about ESPN NFL 2K5, which I greatly appreciate. And we did not have time to get to tonight. We will tomorrow. Omar, do not let me forget. We'll get to that topic tomorrow on this show. But yeah, I'd rather have them as, than whatever's happening in Minnesota. That I do agree. It is a healthy relationship here in Cleveland compared to whatever mess is going on with Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy. Oh, yeah, Carson Wentz is in there too. and that is more of, sometimes you're desperate over there in Minnesota. Like, they're trying to recover, believe it or not, from Sam Darnold. And I know it's not a popular thing to admit that Sam Darnold is the defending Super Bowl champion, but he is. And Minnesota's trying desperately to figure that out. Holy smokes, we're short of time. Let's actually, Eli, real quick. You come on real quick.
A lot less here to fix this time. A lot less here to fix nowadays. Double A. It's a beautiful thing, man. A beautiful thing. How are you? You
I'm
seem,
good. I'm good now.
Okay.
I'm good now. I got the sugar rush is out of my body now.
I was gonna say you burned those cookies off real quick. Pal.
I burnt it off.
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah.
All it takes is tough talking Double A to burn those off.
I haven't seen that in a minute. out of you, pal. I mean, that's what Browns quarterback battles do to a person. Yeah.
Eli, I don't have any questions on these topics.
Mm.
I just want to know, are you okay after watching me almost melt down?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I had a little bit of a meltdown behind the scenes because we heard Kyle's promo for like a half second. I thought he was wearing the wrong shirt because Kyle changes, to the fun shirt. So I cut the promo during the break. And I was like, oh no. And I had to switch and go back. Look, that's like what I do behind the scenes. My hair's on fire. I'm like patting it out. Okay, chill. Because you talked about it in the opening segment about winning and stuff like that. And I just pride myself on being a perfectionist, Double A. And I think that's I was like Donovan Mitchell tonight. I was a B+ player.
Oh,
I'll be better tomorrow.
One last question, and I only know about this because again, we can see each other even if you're not on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
While I was talking at the beginning of the show about eating cookies, what were you eating?
Oh yeah, ooh, Dang, I wish I could have loaded it in. Let me see if I can load it in. I know we were short on time. It basically was pesto chicken. Papa Moon made pesto chicken. Yeah, I know you missed out. We hooked you up the other day, but I should have invited you over.
You did. Papa Moon can throw down. I will give him that.
I should have invited you over though. So he made pesto chicken a few weeks ago, and I've been asking him for it since. I'm like, dude, Pops, please make it again. And this time he like really enhanced it. He made pesto chicken. He put a layer of cheese on top of the chicken. Before that though, he stuffed it with mushrooms and bacon. So it was pesto chicken with bacon, mushrooms, cheese. Oh, buddy. And then we had garlic parmesan pasta. We have so much pasta, we put it, stored it away. We have chicken for tomorrow. So if you want to come over tomorrow, I mean, it'll be leftovers, but you're more than welcome. I mean, there will be food here.
Hey, and listen, growing up, we were the champions of leftovers. Okay. All we did was leftovers. It was, fried chicken and neck bones and leftovers.
Dude, I love leftovers, bro. And you know what? Thanksgiving is known for leftover food. Like, it's better the next day. Double A, I think I actually may have the photo here. Give me 2 seconds. I might have the photo of the dinner. It's loading in right now. And I took a great chopped photo. Here it is. And I get it. The presentation may have got Pop Moon chopped on the show Chopped on the Food Network. But look at that, dude.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You cut up the chicken.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You see that garlic parmesan pasta behind it? See how much we have left over for you tomorrow?
I'll give it a try. I'll give it a shot. I do have to do laundry tomorrow though.
All right. Well, hey,
but I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot. I'm gonna do better because I have laundry. I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow after work, and then I have laundry. And then because I gotta get myself. We gotta get ready for Team USA tomorrow.
Yeah, we sure do.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
We gotta. Dude, we about to smash. Hey, I'll take that more than whatever the hell I ate tonight.
Dude, when I started hearing you talk, I was like, dang, this was the night I should have invited Double A over for dinner again. Like, I should have been like, yo, come on over.
No, it's my fault. I'll show you proof.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
This should have already been cooked.
Dude. And you already defrosted it and everything? You thought it out? Like,
I'm going to have to cook it during lunch tomorrow.
You have to, or it's going to spoil. Like, oh my goodness, Double A. You have to. And here's the thing. I saw
That's actually why I'm pissed about Shedeur Sanders, because I'm disappointed in myself for failure to execute dinner. So I had to take it out on somebody.
Yeah. We were in dinner competition right there. We were in dinner competition. I love it. And Kyle, I know he chimed in on the Side Hustle YouTube, their Side Hustle podcast, which you can hear every Friday here on the Inside Edge Network. But they are taking a little bit of a hiatus, Double A and Kyle. They'll be back in a few weeks. Kyle, you are more than welcome to come on over too. Papa Moon loves all the company. He loves not having to talk to me as much and can talk to other people for a second, So, all jokes aside.
Good stuff. We got to deliver on one more segment before we end the show, which is Around the Dial. And I could cut this short because Eli and I both, we wanted to get both local media's reaction to the NBA Finals. Mm-hmm. We wanted New York's reaction and San Antonio's. Where we have New York's, and we'll play that in just a second. I can't even blame Eli because I tried to find something, anything, some kind of Twitter clip from local sports radio in San Antonio. Nothing. No clips. Hey, watch our full show on YouTube. You're in the freaking NBA Finals. We ain't got nothing?
Yeah, I mean, and I love my guys in San Antonio. This has nothing to do with them. It's on the sports radio stations in San Antonio. Like, I went to grab it. I looked up San Antonio Sports Radio. I looked up San Antonio Spurs Talk. I looked everything I could. I went on their pages. I was sitting there just diligently after 1 a.m. looking for these clips and just pre-games, 3-hour pre-games and things like that. Look, we do an hour run here. We don't have time to play a 3-hour pregame and break it down after, or we'd be here till the morning time. Okay, like that's just not realistic. And I love San Antonio. I want the Spurs to somehow be the second team to come back 3-1. Is it probable? No. Can they do it? We'll see. But I really, really wanted to play some San Antonio sound tonight, Double A, and unfortunately, San Antonio left us looking like this, man, tonight.
Nothing. But the reason why I like doing Around the Dial is because, again, since we're based here in Cleveland, we look at sports stories from the local spectrum here in Cleveland and then the national spectrum. And a lot of times we don't dive into local perspective from other towns when big events happen. We just like, New York, they should be happy. But what is their perspective? What's going on? So let's play this clip here. This is from WFAN, Boomer and Gio reacting to the NBA Finals and what's happening so far. This is from this morning. Take a look.
And just to go back to what you said as far as the greatest job in the world of waking up and doing this, there has been so many football seasons, basketball seasons, baseball seasons, negativity, fire this guy, fire that guy. Since I've started, we're in the middle of year 9. We've done 8.5 years together. We've not seen a championship here in that time, and it's been bad after bad after bad after bad. And I could only dream of mornings like this, and what it would be like. And we're here, and we're one win away from a championship. And I know everybody, it's not just about us I'm talking about everybody has that same feeling in their own world. That as a Knicks fan, or if you're someone like who roots for the Jets, the Mets, and the Knicks, and you're a younger guy and you weren't around for 86, and you certainly weren't around for 73 or 69 with the Jets, all you did was, I wonder what it feels like. I wonder what days like this feel like. You've got today, and you've got one more to go, and you'll finally know that feeling. And this would be the first one for me. I'm 40. It turned 44 yesterday. I was 4 and 86. No recollection. The first New York champion, the first championship of any team I've ever rooted for. One win away.
So, yeah, obviously, very excited. But hearing that perspective, and I even thought about this here locally in Cleveland. What if the Cleveland Indians would have won the world championship in 95 or 97? It obviously would have been fantastic. But for me, if they would have won in 95, I would have only been 3 years old. And Eli, you wouldn't even have been born yet. Yeah. So, imagine trying to tell another fan base, hey, we need a championship. We need a championship. And, even in that short time frame, as a little kid, you don't have that kind of recollection. And then obviously, Knicks fans, 53 years flowing in. We don't have time to get into some of the other things I wanted to talk about with some of the fans. But just overall, 1999 was the last time they were in the finals?
Yeah.
So, to hear that, a lot to take away. That's crazy when you think of it from that perspective, what New Yorkers are thinking at this point right now.
Yeah, we hear the happiness. We've seen a lot of bad stuff, chairs being thrown in restaurants and fights and all that other stuff. But you see the good side of this. We talked about it happens in every city. New York's just a huge city. So in New York City's so expansive that you're going to see a lot more of it because it's a bigger city. But I guess I have a few things. One, yeah, it's cool to see New York happy. The Knicks have not won since 1973, haven't been there since 99. This is the first championship they have in this century so far. If they can get the job done, job's not finished yet, as Kobe Bryant would say. So, with all that being said, I guess my last question, AA, is Gio a Jets fan then? Is he not a Giants fan? Because if I remember correctly, the Giants did win 2 Super Bowls over Tom Brady. So
it sounded like he's a Jets fan. I don't know his life story.
Yeah, me either.
I do think in New York, a lot of these big towns, I would imagine you're selective in which team you really, really root for. So if you're a Jets fan, that's your heart. Football, you root for one team. Baseball, you root for one team. Right. And I get the feeling that almost everyone roots for the Knicks. It's not I guess.
That's true because, you're right. Because, the way they taught me to remember who roots for who is it's Jets and Mets, and then it's Giants and Yankees. Jets and Mets rhyme, so therefore you root for Jets Mets. But I just thought maybe it was Jets Mets Nets. No? Jets Mets Nets?
See, I don't know. See, the vibe I get, and I don't know any New Yorkers, like hardcore New York sports fans. I could be way off base with this. The Yankees are a clear number one with the baseball teams. The Yankees are a clear number one, but the Mets are a solid two. The New York Giants are number one, but the New York Jets are a solid number two.
Mm-hmm.
The New York Knicks are number one in basketball, and the Brooklyn Nets might as well play in London. They're a distant. We'll pop in if Jay-Z has a concert. Second.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, they have had roughly the same amount of success though this century.
But the other thing too, the fact that the Nets are originally not even from Brooklyn. Like a lot of their success was when they were in New Jersey.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that. I just was curious because he's like, this is my first championship. And I was like, hold on. Let me back up here.
I will tell you from the limited time that I spent, like very limited time I spent in Chicago a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I did not hear a single Cubs fan mention, boy, I can't wait to see the White Sox play later on that day.
Right. That's true. Yeah, I mean, you have your fandom, right? And so it sounds like for Gio, maybe we'll have to reach out to him and see if we can get him on here. Cleveland's digital leader right here on the Inside Edge Network and get his fandom. Like, were you not rooting for the Giants? You must have been a Jets fan. Here's the thing, too. It's like so tricky because we don't have that necessarily in Cleveland where we have that battle. We're not as big as New York. So the only time you can really argue about it is really in football. You don't see too many Reds fans in Cleveland or people being like, I'm a Reds fan. You know, you see it in football. You see it with like the Bengals or the Steelers. Like one of my cousin's best friends is a Bengals fan. He got sick of the Browns. He was pretty much very young so at the time, and he became a Bengals fan, has rocked with them since. You see the Steelers fans, especially in Youngstown and things like that. So you see it in football, but other than that, you know, you rock with your Cleveland sports. In New York, they have such a plethora of options. Why don't you just at least lean into it? Like, all right, well, it's another championship for New York.
Well, the closest thing we have is Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like it would be inaccurate for us to say we have never experienced any championship in terms of our sports fandom. We have with Ohio State football.
Right.
But we also understand that it's not the same.
Right, true.
As a Cleveland champion. Like I think you would probably trade in all three Ohio State football national championships for a Cleveland Guardians title or another Cavs title. And in the minds of some fans, you would trade all of that and then some in for one Browns championship.
Yeah, that's true. And that's a great discussion point, I think, for another day, too, is what championship would mean the most to you, right? I believe that's been asked here on the network, actually, by our own Chad Bryan on Inside Edge Primetime to Cliche, who performs this Saturday at Grog Shop, his EP release show. Very exciting stuff. But he asked him, you know, what would mean the most. And, you know, I believe, if I recall correctly, he had said, you know, the Cavs, they already got it done, so why wouldn't I rock with it? Like, we already felt it, right? But I've talked to Papa Moon, avid baseball fan. He loves the Guardians. AAU literally brought me to tears on a different radio station 10 years ago. Yeah, I'll never let you live that one down, pal. I mean, I lived down that promo error for like a 2 second. I was like, ooh, but that was foul. That was, you want to ask fair or foul? That was foul. And Papa Moon, he was heartbroken when they lost 2016. I was heartbroken, clearly. You heard it if you were listening to that station when we were doing main event back then. And I just think, you know, there's a lot of people that would rather see the Guardians win right now. And I think that's why they're so mad at the Dolans and things like that. And that's one thing New York and Cleveland has in common, the Dolans.
One last thing to mention before we go. The Cavaliers actually announced, let me see here real quick. They're going to have an event next Friday.
Yeah.
June 19th, of course, that's the 10-year anniversary of the 2016 NBA championship. And they will be hosting a watch party, the 10-year anniversary championship celebration. Join us and rewatch the 16 NBA Finals, Game 7, Friday, June 19th, East 4th in Huron.
Yeah.
Food trucks, giveaways, and more. And the gates open at 12 p.m.
Oh,
Friday.
I got the morning show till 11, and I know where I'm going next Friday.
Yeah, we're not, and I don't. Yeah, it's Juneteenth. We don't have. I don't. We don't have the day job next Friday.
Sounds like we got some plans then, buddy.
Let me go here. We could. Let me see here. This will be. Oh, I forgot they have the new basketball court.
Yeah.
Down there.
Yeah.
So this is Friday. So next Friday from 12 to 3 p.m. outside of Rocket Arena. It's a free outdoor party at Meet Me Here Plaza.
Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. I got you. I will guide you. If we go together, I'll guide you. I know my way around downtown. I used to live downtown. I'm basically an East Sider. I lived on East 12th for a year. So, East and West.
Do you remember 10 years ago when we were down there? Not for games. It wasn't Game 7. It was Game 1 of the World Series. You remember we were on TNT that night?
Dude, you were on TNT. I wasn't on TNT. I was standing next to the dude on TNT. They found you with a Cleveland Browns hat and were like, man, I'm so sorry, man. We'll get you some TV time just to make it a little bit better, buddy. But that was awesome, dude. That was so much fun, dude. And then we had the Jake's Pizza after, or was that? No, that was a sad Guardians loss. Never mind. Okay.
No, but in the Guardians, the Indians won that night. Game 1.
Yes.
They won that night.
Yes.
But I've been looking for that footage for years. I cannot find, because the producers from TNT, they basically yelled at me. They was like, dude, don't move. Do not move. And I stood there for like 5 minutes at that front gate because I had the Cleveland Browns hat.
Yeah, you stood there, and I started saying what's up to Ron Harper, who was just dapping everybody up because they were doing it because it was NBA and TNT. I think it was the ring ceremony, right?
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
Yep, it was the ring ceremony, and Ron Harper was just so elated saying what's up to everybody. Ron Harper is awesome, man, and you were just standing there, just stoic like this.
Yeah,
and they're like, smile. You got to get on camera, and you turn it up for the cameras. You do a good TV appearance.
No, I sneezed. I had to sneeze. It wasn't even. I sneezed, and the producer and the cameraman from TNT was like, "What are you doing? Did I tell you to stay still?" Oh, I got Shaq to yell, "Can you dig it?"
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did, bro. DJ Diesel, let's go, bro. Let's go, dude. Oh man, Double A, I love you.
That was actually one of the all-time Cleveland sports nights. If you were down there that night, because it was the Cavs were getting their rings, and then right next door, Game 1 of the World Series, and the weather was fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you wore a winter hat that night, but you had a Cleveland Browns hat.
Well, you know what happened though? I mean, it was fantastic. It was a little cooler, but it worked out.
Yeah,
I think it got warmer.
Yeah,
as the series went on, because like Game 7. I think we were wearing short sleeves, and it's the top of November.
Yeah, there was no jackets being worn. I think we just had our rally gear on for the guards or the Indians at the time. And man, bro, what a time. I still, some of those times, I know we're out of time, but I just still think about some of those memories. They're like, where were you after Game 7? Like, were you okay? Were you in a safe spot? I was like, yeah, I was sitting there with Double A right by the fountain over by Tower City, right there in Public Square. We were eating Jake's Pizza, and we didn't say a single word to each other. We literally ate the pizza. We like nodded, make sure we were, everybody was okay. Like, and we walked to the car. Not a single word said. This is the quietest. You guys have all been tuning in since September. Double A and I are very quiet people. We sat there and we walked to the car quietly. We get in the car. Double A doesn't even put the radio on. He made the radio started. He turned it down. Immediately cut it, muted, and we just sat there. I scrolled on my phone a little bit, and my phone died. So then I was like, "Dang, I don't have a phone." And then Double A says one word to me, or one phrase. He goes, "Good night, buddy. See you in the morning." And so I got this, the school, the station the next day, and Double A pulled some of the most foul stuff I've ever seen on air. He literally painted the entire night that we just experienced together and asked me how my reaction would be. Do you understand I had to console Papa Moon the night before? I had to talk to Papa Moon about, don't worry, they'll get him next year. And they haven't got him next year. It's been 10 years since they have got him next year. I had to talk to Papa Moon about weather and why the rain delay happened. He still doesn't buy that. I just Double A. I love you. You're my brother. You've done a lot of great things, and I appreciate everything you have done for me. You do a great job as the program director of the Inside Edge Network. You are doing fantastic. But if that shit ever happens again, I'm ready now. I'm 28 now. I'm 28. I'm ready to go. You got 18-year-old Eli. I was all on my feels. I must have been listening to like Drake's Take Care album on the way to school. Or so. I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but
you know the sad thing? I pulled the same thing like 2 years later with our buddy Mac Robinson and James Cardarelli and those guys.
Oh,
it was after the finals. It was after Game 4. We were swept. And we all knew that was it. So I'm running the board, and I'm hosting, but I'm running the board. So I pipe on our music, and I do a classic monologue. It's one of my best ever. I was like, well, folks, it was a great run. It was just yesterday when he said he was coming home. The comeback was amazing. 3-1. We won it all.
Oh, no.
And then Kyrie said no more. And our Savior, not Lord and Savior, but our Savior.
Oh, no.
Is packing his bags right now.
Oh, that's not right.
After Game 1, it was right there. He's put up 50. And then he looked at his dumbass teammate and said, I'm out.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Hello, welcome to our Cavs postgame show. I look at our little talk tank in the other studio. I looked at our round table that we have set up. I turned the music down. I have one question for the room. Thoughts?
Dude, that's some of the most. Let me be clear. If you're tuning in for the first time or the 100th time, if Double A starts off on a monologue and somebody else is on screen, it's not for a good reason. It's never for a good reason. It's not. It's not. And I'll leave you with this, Double A. I know we're out of time. I'll leave you with this. I put this in the chat with all of us here in the daily lineup. Exciting stuff. If you missed yesterday's show on the Inside Edge Network, we just announced, Double A announced, and I was on screen too. I said, hey, what's up? The Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm will be the 11 o'clock hour next Monday. So that'll create our 5th daily show here on the Inside Edge Network. Very exciting stuff. So I put that in this chat. I keep seeing a meme of myself, and I'm scared for Unfiltered tomorrow. But that's not what we're here for. What we're here for right now is I saw a tweet that said De'Aaron Fox did what J.R. Smith should have done, and then J.R. Smith should have did what De'Aaron Fox did yesterday.
Ain't that the truth?
I mean,
boy, ain't that the truth? And maybe they talked about that all throughout San Antonio radio, but we couldn't find it.
Yeah, well, and I'll leave you with this too. Chad Bryan, he's a longtime listener, first, viewer, he's an Inside Edge Network host here on Inside Edge Prime Time, does a lot of great work. We appreciate Chad Bryan, but he texted me because he's watching the show and he said, hey, check Locked On Spurs. So maybe next time, if we get a game 6, we'll check Locked On Spurs for some sound. We'll see. I mean, we searched high and low, Chad B. I'm not going to hold you here, my bro. I know you're wide awake right now after prime time. We had a riveting hour and a half overrun, but
hold up. We'll give them fair coverage. I'll load something in right now. Hold on.
Absolutely.
Tell the people about the network. I'll load something.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to tell the people about the network. So the Inside Edge Network, we're Cleveland's digital leader. We're your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. We have 5 daily shows, like I mentioned. We start with Then 9 o'clock hour, 9 a.m., we have Omar Clausel Jr. doing the Inside Edge Network morning show, 9 to 11 a.m., Monday through Friday. Then, of course, we have On Filter with Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m. here, weekdays on the Inside Edge Network, Monday through Friday. Then after that, later on in the evening, we have Inside Edge Primetime. We mentioned our guy, Chad Bryant, does a lot of great work. He's with me. He puts up with me 10 to 11 p.m. Monday through Friday, weeknights. And then, of course, you're sitting here watching. We are on an overrun on this show. It just must be the theme of the evening. We have Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, midnight to 1. Alas, we have a fifth daily show. Let's slot it right in there. Autumn Chisholm, the Daily Spiral at 11. So in between primetime and Midnight Run, Autumn at the 11 o'clock hour. The Daily Spiral with featured appearances from Double A Anthony Alford, Chad Bryan, and myself throughout the week here on the Inside Edge Network. Make sure, of course, you like, subscribe, follow at Inside Edge Net so you get all of the great coverage all week long, including our weekly programs as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Good stuff. Great job. We'll give San Antonio fair coverage. I just loaded this clip in. This is from is 612 Spurs 01, courtesy of Chad Bryant for bringing this up, and Locked On Spurs. Take a look.
The idea that you can let your foot off the gas and do all of those things that you just said right there in game 4 of the NBA Finals, where you win and you're going 2-2 back to your building, it's inexplicable, it's embarrassing, it's unprofessional, it's shameful. What else do I got? I don't know. One of the worst basketball, not one of the worst, it was technically the worst basketball display you've ever seen on that front to blow that lead.
And San Antonio, based on their history, they know winning basketball. So that they're obviously, disgusted.
Yeah. And that's how you complete around the dial, Double A.
Yeah. Hey, that's how you bring the segment home.
It's like the SpongeBob episode, Bring It Around Town.
And that, my friends, is how you land the plane. Folks, thank you for tuning in to Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. Tomorrow, we're one streaming this thing again, but it's not because of the NBA Finals. It's because Team USA will be competing for the first time in the World Cup, the Men's World Cup, in the expanded 48-team bracket. There's going to be a lot of soccer these next 5.5 weeks. We will have complete coverage of that, plus all the top stories. But Eli and Chad will get the party started, of course, with prime time at 10. And then we will have a special Team USA men's soccer post-game show. Myself, Eli, and Omar will be with you. Omar will provide the necessary soccer analysis to fulfill the post-game portion of this program. And Eli and I will pretend like everything that we're hearing is absolutely correct. I do have something to add on, like grass versus turf. I do have that.
Okay, that's a good start. I got the yellow and red cards.
And I have questions. I have questions about how do you determine the – actually, I have a few questions. How you determine the extra time. I've never been able to figure that out.
Yeah, it's tricky to me too. It's like, well, there's a lot of stoppage. So, like, what exactly qualifies as extra time? And I got to be honest, I got to get this off my chest before we get out. We're already over. I got to get this off my chest. On Filter with Kyle Cornell. Great show here, 5 to 6 p.m. weekdays, as I mentioned, on the Inside Edge Network. Kyle talked about how Chipotle all day yesterday, because it's midnight, so doesn't happen. I think they're maybe running longer, but it was buy one, get one at Chipotle, Double A.
Yes.
If you had a soccer jersey. Do you understand how many closets I checked? I checked Papa Moon's closet, my closet. We were looking through just to find a soccer jersey. Just for one of us to go in there with a soccer jersey. We need soccer jerseys.
Here was my problem with that promotion. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, by the way, Midnight Run after the post show. Tomorrow night, we're doing a time travel Midnight Conversations. Here's my issue real quick with that promotion. I own a soccer shirt. I own a Columbus Crew shirt.
It's not a jersey.
I'm like, I went to the game. It had Columbus Crew. It's there. But it's not a jersey. I don't know.
Omar's ready for us tomorrow, bud. Omar's ready.
Yeah, we got to figure out the cards. We got to figure out the extra time, where that comes from. They have, I actually like this, but I'm curious from the soccer fan perspective, what they think about this. They have hydration breaks, which Fox said, "Oh, cool, more commercial time to sell."
Yeah. Drink your Prime while you're at it.
Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, I got a ton of questions and stuff. But I think Mexico was in the first game earlier, had the first match. I'll tell you what, man. Every World Cup goal attempt, every shot attempt, Eli, it's like it's so high stakes, man. It's freaking crazy.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm hyped. I'm going to be on air for a majority of that game tomorrow because I think it starts at 9:30, I believe, is when the game starts.
I think it starts at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So I'll get to watch like a little bit of it, and then I'll try to pull it up on the screen over here and keep updated. But look, man, let's play some football.
Play some football. Let's get it done, and then let's get these kids involved in football. Oh wait, they're going to be all priced out because we got to pay to. See how we tie every single segment of our network together?
Yeah. And we got some exciting news. I will not announce that right now, but we have some exciting news on the pay to participate stuff. We have some more coverage on that. Kyle's going to dive even deeper into what that means for Ohio schools here, high schools and school districts. That story is not done. They got a lot more legs on it.
So they're not going to have a rental fee? I'm kidding. Heard Jake earlier, Jake Underwood of AM 1420. That was
AAA. I thank you all passengers for flying aboard the Midnight Run. We are landing in just about 10 seconds. We want to thank you for absolutely rocking with us, all of you. Make sure you follow Inside Edge Net. Tell AA to actually eat a dinner tomorrow. And with that being said, we will be signing off. AA, any parting words as the pilot of this show?
Go to bed, eat better than me, and you'll be fine. Bye-bye.